I have part success. We have Modulen, we have water. What we don't have, I don't know if anyone else remembers this, but we were talking like the old school Nesquik in the plastic tubs. You used to be able to get chocolate, strawberry and banana, I think, from what I remember. But they didn't have that. This was all they had, and it says hot chocolate. So it looks like I'm going to have to actually go in to Sainsbury's, which is something I always avoid because I just don't like shopping in Sainsbury's. I can deal with everywhere else, but Sainsbury's for some reason really bothers me. But yeah, we have Modulen. A lot of Modulen. And excuse me, thank you. I dread to think of how much that would have cost me, because if you're just buying it, it's like 20 quid a tub, so straight away there's 40 quid just sat on top, and I don't know how many is in the actual box inside the box. What's in the box? If you don't know that film, well, the film that's from, Leave. No, I'm kidding. I think, hang on. There's 12 in there, so total I've got 14 pots, which are these, which literally do look like people have been saying, look like a baby formula tin. And I can't be doing the maths right now, but that's over 200 quid for something that you have to have, essentially. This is the biggest thing that gets me, is how much money is made off of people's illnesses. No one asks to get ill, you know? No one asks for anything. No one wants to be ill. Fucking liar. No one asks for any sort of disease or any kind of illness, and yet these companies are absolutely raking it in. For Christ's sake, Tamira is 800 quid a pop per injection, per... Excuse you. And it's just like, is it really necessary for it to be that expensive? Is my biggest question. All I can say is, thank God, one, I paid for the 12-month prescription thing, because I dread to think of what that would have just cost me in there. Because isn't it £9 an item per item? So would that then be that it would be £9 per pot? This is what confuses me. So is it £9 per pot, or is it £9 for the whole lot? Because if it's £9 for the whole lot, then okay, that's fair enough. But if it's £9 per pot, it'd be essentially making people choose between feeling better, possibly, and feeling like crap. Which is one of the things that makes me so glad about living in the UK, is we've got the NHS, because without the NHS, we would have been, I personally would have been so screwed, having to pay for the things that I've had done just in general life. Crohn's away, just in general life, you know, when you've had to, when I used to suffer a lot with my ears, so all the times when I've been on antibiotics, and you're coming down very fast. things like that. And it's like people just... I have a lot of appreciation for the NHS. It has done an awful lot of good for me and my family throughout the years. So that when people sort of... Oh, that was not nice. So when I see people like sort of slagging off the NHS, it really hits a bone with me, because I've seen what the NHS is capable of, and I'm leaving that there, because I'll just get into a complete rampage with it. Anyway, we are now going to Colchester. If there's anyone that sees this and you're not part of on Facebook, there's a Crohns and Colitis UK forum. I would say get on it, because last night I threw a bit of a wobbly, upstairs about doing this Modulen. I wasn't massively upset, it's just like it sort of hit me like how hard it's gonna be. And I'm only on it for 2 weeks. There's people that are on it for months and months on end. I'm only on it for 2 weeks, so I'm just getting essentially like a little taster. But I posted on there last night just saying, can people just sort of help? And even now, 5 minutes ago, I got a comment on it just saying, you'll be fine, and it's just... It's different trying to explain it to people that don't have it, like what you're feeling. But to be part of this little community that's on Facebook that actually do get it and they can see your point of things. Because it is, I understand it is so difficult to try to understand if you're someone that hasn't got it, but to have people that are commenting about their bloody 8-year-olds that are on it, and it's just like and it's like I'm nearly 26 years old and I'm feeling like I'm a bloody big baby about going on this. And there's 8-year-olds that have been on it for months and they're fine, and you're just like, but I want to go on it, but I know I need to, but you're winding yourself up about going on this bloody diet, which logically it's going to help. Logically it's going to help. It's not going to kill you. But it's your mind is the biggest thing to overcome with everything. It is. Your mind is the biggest thing that you fight against. Everyone fights against. Personally, I believe that. Because logically, you know stuff, but then it's the illogical part of your brain that comes in and is like, well, is it? Is it really, kind of thing? And I think that's the hardest part of all of this, is the mind part of it. Because I don't know. I think the mental side of it is a lot worse than any other part of it. Like last night, my brother drove home because I may or may not have had a drink or two, of the Jack Daniels fire, which I absolutely adore. I can't do normal Jack Daniels at all. I do not do the normal Jack Daniels, but give me the fire and I am very happy. I'm a happy girl. But and I was trying to explain to him like the pain side of it, like my pain side of it, like what I personally deal with, obviously, because I can't say what anyone else deals with. And I was trying to explain to him that the back pain that's sort of come, and why I believe this is where the fistulas come into it. And for me personally, it feels like at the small of my back, it feels like there's it feels like there's like just 2 lead balls in the small of your back that are red hot, so like flaming hot, but it's not a physical pain. I don't know if that makes sense to anyone else, but it's not a physical pain. It's not like I've got a cigarette and I've got it on my skin and I can take it off. It's not like oh, you've whacked your knee kind of thing, and you know, oh, I've hit my elbow, I've hit my funny bone kind of. It's not like that. It's not a physical pain, but it is a physical pain, but it's not a physical pain. You can't take it away. You can't just, it's not just a case of like, you know, oh, I've hurt my shoulder. It's not something like that. It's not something like, you know, a massage is going to fix it. You can sit there and you can rub your back to your red raw, but it's not going to stop this pain, and that's very hard. That's very hard. It's having this pain that you can't get rid of, and it's like, but everywhere else you feel all right. You feel okay. Like, I used to suffer quite badly with my knees, and aside from being fat, I've done care work, so you're up and down off your knees a lot. But you're up and down off your knees a lot. You do your lifting, and regardless of what they teach you, you're not always going to be lifting with your back. Situations don't always leave it so you can always lift with your back. Simple as that. If you've got someone that's decided to go completely weightless on you, you're lifting them however you can lift them, okay? So I was suffering quite a lot with my knees. Like, you know, you go up and down the stairs at work and you can just hear them grinding and crunching, and you know, that noise. And for the past few weeks I've had no knee pain, so it's like I've been able to sit with my legs crossed properly, and that is ridiculous. I know it's one of the most ridiculous things ever, but I've never really been able to sit with my legs crossed properly, being fat, but also because my knees would hurt, and now it's that I can sit with my knees crossed. I can sit on the floor cross-legged. I can sit with my feet tucked up under myself, so that's just like, oh my god, you know, it's really nice. And then the back pain comes and you're like, that's not so nice. Actually, no, that's really not nice. And then it just gets worse and worse and worse till you sat there and you're writhing, because it's there, it's not going away, it's just not leaving you. You try different positions, you try laying down, you try getting in the bath, try everything, but it's not going, and it doesn't matter what you do, it's just not leaving you. I was just stood in QD in housing and it came, and all you want to do is you just kind of want to crumple in on yourself because you don't know what else to do to try and get rid of the pain. And you're stuck. You're stuck waiting in the queue because you just bought some Santas that reduced to $7.50. I've literally just bought some Santas. I bought 2 Santas and a reindeer. kind of wound me up past couple of days. It's the pain side of it. The toilet side of it, like Christmas Day, it annoyed me because it's like I had 3 lint balls, just 3, and lint balls are my most favourite chocolate ever. I just adore them. They're the best. It was like I stopped myself at 3. I wish I'd have just carried on and eaten the whole box with how everything went. You know, that's kind of how it made me feel. I did. You get angry. I personally get angry with it because it's like, just give me a break. Give me one night. Give me one day. Just give me a 12-hour period where I could just eat the lint balls. Let me eat the lint balls and not pay for it. Like, you know, there's a nuclear freaking explosion in my guts. That'd be really nice, but no. No. It doesn't work like that. You know, it doesn't work like that. But yeah. It's just kind of, apart from that, Christmas Day and Boxing Day was really good. I think I uploaded Christmas Eve. Christmas Eve was fine. We chilled. Which is my main thing that I've wanted out of this Christmas time, because we're off for such a long time. Me and the girls wasn't expecting to be off for as long as we are, but we're off until the 6th. So it's like, I'm kind of just taking this time and I'm listening more to my body, like especially sleep-wise, because the fatigue is rough. I really struggle with the fatigue. So it's like, I was in bed at 9:15 last night. It's still after 9. I didn't get out of bed till I got up and went to the toilet, but I didn't get out of bed to start the day until after 10. And it's like, I feel good. Because I laid in bed, I was laid there for a good 3 hours, and I was just watching videos on YouTube, and then, did I read? I read for a little bit. So it's like, I just chilled for a good 3 hours. The dogs were on the bed with me. I had one all snuggled up, and she had her head on my arm. We was all cuddly. The other one was down at my feet. And if you know me, you know the size of my dogs. They're big girls. I'll have to do a video when they're in the back one day, when I'm going to meet the brother or something. I'll introduce you guys to them, my brats. But it was just really nice and chill. We chilled for a good long time. So it was after midnight before I went to sleep. But it's like, I thought, I want to go to bed. I was thinking at 8 o'clock, I want to go to bed. I'm not going to bed yet. And I just kept going. I'm just like, I'm sitting on the sofa and you're like that kind of thing, nearly falling asleep. At the end, I just said, I'm going to bed. I'm done. We're going to bed. And we just chilled. And it was just really nice. And like, today I've woken up and I feel alright today. I think I got a bit emotional just because of the back pain that came, and it was just like, you want more than anything to just have a day where you're not feeling like crap. Because even though you say you're feeling alright, you know that you're not feeling what a normal person feels is alright. You've still got pain. There's still the pain. Yeah, the pain never goes. Pain's always there. it's just more dealable on whatever day that you're feeling alright, you know? So I think yeah. Anyway, I keep getting like ridiculously deep, don't I? I am fully aware of that. If anyone doesn't think that I'm like, I feel like all I'm doing on these is just sort of pissing and moaning, and I can see how it will get annoying to a lot of people with, like, you know, I'm just constantly moaning, but I'm sorry, that's real life. I do try and see the funny side in all things. Like, my dog at home, my 15-year-old Steph, she's getting there, you know. She's getting there. It's gonna be soon that she's gonna go no nights, but we're still trying to see the funny side in everything. Like, she's blind, you know, so she'll walk into things and it's like, it'll be like a proper donk that she does. So it's like, oh, you're right now, watch out. You gotta find the funny side in things. I try and find the funny sides in things. It's like, when you're sitting there and there's someone across the room and they can hear your guts, you have to make a joke about it. Or I have to make a joke about it, because it's just like, it is funny. Like, you gotta learn to laugh with these things. And it's like being on the forum on Facebook, so many people getting poo related presents and funny, you know, joke things like 52 things to do while you poo kind of thing. And it's just like, I love that side of it, because you've got to take everything with a grain of salt, and you've got to learn to have a laugh at everything. And I think I'm still in the process of learning how to laugh at this, because I did find it funny, and then it got worse. Yeah, it started to get worse and worse. And for me, my biggest thing, it's just, yeah, everyone on the thing that I enjoy about the forum is everyone tries to have a laugh about everything, because everyone's just having a laugh about it. They're serious when situation calls for it, but everyone tries to lift everyone up, which I appreciate, because it's all I ever try to do for people is, okay, that might be happening, but what about this? Is how I try to do things. Okay, right, you're upset about that, but, well, you're upset about this right now, but is it still going to be an issue in a month's time? If it's not, then it's not really worth worrying about right now. I try to be like that. Obviously, upstairs, it's a bit more difficult, but you got to take things as they fall. Your chips fall as they may. Blah blah blah. You know, your chips are just falling in a way where I've got this, but I'm also determined. I must be due my period. I'm also determined to try and be a voice for anyone with this, because I know how much it's affected me upstairs. And it's affected me a lot more than what most people would know, because you don't, you hide it, but you don't. I'm not purposely hiding anything from anyone. I'm not, I'm not hiding any sort of thing from anyone, but the mind is the most wicked place ever. So, yeah. God. Stop it, Ellen. It's no one's alone in this. This is the biggest thing I want to get across, is I felt so alone for so long. Because I wasn't, like, I try and, like, my personal Facebook, I try and keep it uplifting. I don't share a lot of personal things on there, really. Because I just want, if someone comes onto my page, I'd like them to leave with a laugh. And I know that I've got a couple people that will say that I've said that for years. Go away with a little giggle and have a laugh. I try and share funny things, the different memes and all that. Little things, just try and have a laugh, So I wasn't sharing anything to do with the Crohns or anything like that, because it's not exactly the most uplifting thing to discuss when you're trying to keep your page fun. And then I shared a few things, and it turned out that one of the women that runs this dog thing that we're part of has, I think she's got Crohn's, or is it colitis? One of the two, obviously. And it's like, I had no idea. At all, And it's like, but why? We should be able to talk about it openly, which is my biggest thing. I want us to be able to sit and have conversations with anyone about it. Because as much as I'll sit and I'll talk to someone about it, I'm one person, Whereas I think if we need to have more people. We need to have more people that are willing to talk about it. About the nitty-gritty, about how often you're having to go to the toilet, about the fact that you're having to go onto a bleeding liquid diet. Yeah. Things like that. We need to be able to speak about it openly and without as much embarrassment as possible. Because at the end of the day, we didn't ask for this. At all. No one in their right mind would ask for a thing like this. I know that I haven't even got it as bad as what some people do. And it's affected me, quite a lot. Let alone someone that's been through everything else and is, yeah. I'm going to go and try and find Nesquik. And then get petrol. Also go to the toilet because I need to go. So, I will see you guys in a bit. Yeah. Stay well, eat well, stay hydrated, eat what you can. All that jazz. I think we're getting used to that little sign off. I'm probably forgetting parts of it, but we will live. And I will see you guys in a few, hopefully with proper Nesquik. See you later.